Safe to say it's been a pretty rough season for the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic is now a Laker, and Kyrie Irving is going to be out for a while with an ACL tear. But despite giving away one star and losing another, I still think Dallas has the build to be a really good team down the line. And right now, I think they have one of the most underrated defenses in the NBA, which was on full display against the Sacramento Kings. Now, the foundation for Dallas' defense lays with Anthony Davis and Dereck Lively. Obviously, with the two of them on the court, Dallas has plenty of size. Both of them are tall, long, and have really good instincts around the basket. But on top of that rim protection, both of them also have the mobility to step out and guard elite perimeter scorers, where they have the foot speed to keep themselves in front of the ball, plus the length to extend up and alter any kind of pull-up.
Comes from a guy in Brandon Williams who is not drafted.
To start the game against Sacramento, they had AD matched up with DeRozan and Lively on Sabonis, and this completely took away the Kings' two-man game because they could just simply switch this without giving up any mismatches. But then along with Davis and Lively's ability to step out and meet the ball on the perimeter, they can also sit back and drop coverage like a traditional 5-man. And both of them thrive in these type of coverages. First, their length allows them to give the ball handler a cushion, while still being able to extend up and alter jumpers. Zach LaVine here is going to come off the screen at the logo, and look how much space is between him and Davis. But even with all this breathing room, LaVine still can't get a shot off. And then on top of that vertical presence, both Davis and Lively always put themselves in the perfect position when playing in drop, by simultaneously disrupting the ball and taking away any clear pass to the rollman. Look how Lively is going to slide across to take away LaVine's angle, but then he's able to shift over and stay in front of Sabonis rolling, to then wall him off and force an off-balance hook shot. So having two bigs who can protect the paint, switch, and play traditional drop coverage gives the Mavs defense a ton of flexibility. But then along with Davis and Lively, Dallas also brings Daniel Gafford off the bench, who's another athletic and versatile big man. Again, being able to protect the paint, switch out and stick dynamic scores, while being able to play all those traditional 5-man coverages. So with Gafford coming off the bench, Dallas pretty much always has two bigs on the court throughout the game, which again leads to them having both a big and aggressive defense. Even if you're able to pull one of the bigs out of the paint, there's always going to be another shot blocker hovering around the basket. And this just leads to the offense getting funneled into contested finishes or getting pushed out into jumpers. Zach LaVine here is going to explode to his left, but as he gets to the top of the key, he's got both AD sitting in gap and Lively hovering around the paint. And when he pitches the ball across to DeRozan, he's also got no answer for the size, which leads to Sacramento getting pushed out into a long 2. And again, because these bigs can switch and play inside-out defense, there's pretty much no way to target matchups and get the size out of the paint. The Kings here are going to pull Valanciunas up into a ball screen, but the Mavs can easily switch this. So now DeRozan is dealing with a 6'10 defender on him, while also having another shot blocker in the paint. And this just forces the Kings into a clunky half-court possession.
This is the 9th of his career, 3 more than anybody else.
Sacramento here is going to try to use a guard as a screener to get Depot away from all that size. But look how Davis is able to work around it and funnel him into the trees. Now another guy we have to shout out is PJ Washington, and he's sort of the inverse of the Mavs 3 big men, where he's most comfortable defending guards and wings on the perimeter, but he also has the size to switch and hold his own down low. And this plays into the Mavs' identity of size and versatility, because even if you find a way to pull both big men out of the paint, you still have another bouncy 6'7 defender on the backside. And PJ on the ball is pretty much always going to provide good resistance, which gives those shot blockers plenty of time to rotate over.
From the floor, DeRozan spinning and has it.
So obviously the Mavs offense right now is going to hold them back from really making any noise in the postseason. But I still think they have one of the best defensive structures in the league. They have 3 big, athletic, and mobile big men, plus another wing defender in PJ Washington who brings additional size and versatility. I think if Dallas can find a way to surround this core with shooting and playmaking, plus adding Kyrie Irving into the mix, they're easily going to be a top 3 team in the West. Of course, assuming everybody's healthy. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who the kid should break down next. The kid's here.